guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're diving back into some more SkyFactory One, and well, let's just say things are gonna get a little interesting. So today is the big day, the day that I moved everything into a place. It's got a home now. Stuff has a home. It's no longer a jumbled mess over here, and you guys are probably like, oh, thank God, Chosen. Oh man, I've wanted you to do that for episodes. But anyways, I do want to talk about it a little bit for those of you who may be building along, which I know several people love to do, and I totally don't blame you. So I've gone ahead and moved all my industrial foregoing stuff over here. I'm running cables, like I mentioned before. You may be able to see them down underneath here. Yeah, flashing. I'm running cables underneath so that way I can kind of hide things a little bit better. And then underneath here on the bottom cable, I am wirelessly connected to that cable, providing power to that cable from a wireless transfer node, an energy transfer node. And you can see I have a GPS card in all of these. These GPS cards are basically hooked to an energy cable of some sort. Same over here. I have a single node hooked to the energy cable that's right here in the middle underneath this block. This one over here, I have, well, this one is a little bit different. Each one of these stonework factories are actually hooked, minus this cable. This cable back here is actually hooked, so because it's powering the pulverizers. Notice there's a little bit of power loss because everything running in our base, kind of using almost all of our power that we're generating. So it's kind of unfortunate. It's just kind of taking a hit on this particular thing for these pulverizers. But I think it's just because our smeltery over there, our furnace is running. I have a place over here for the cycling. The only thing I haven't done, these are powered. I don't have my fluid cable hooking them up together. But other than that, that's basically it. Like, we are ready to go. I now have this hooked up to wireless power over here as well. We're looking, things are starting to get a little bit better. Now, you may notice I have a bunch of Tinker's Construct stuff in my inventory. I am finally going to break down and do what you guys have basically asked me to do for the last few episodes. And that is, well, I'm going to get a spawner, and we are going to place a spawner inside of a Tinker's Construct smeltery. We're going to place a very specific spawner, and that is going to be a blaze spawner. The reason I'm going to do this is so that way we can gather more lava. If we have a blaze spawner running inside this, we're going to be able to basically create way more of this blaze life essence, or whatever it's called. Blaze fluids, blaze blood. There we go, blaze blood, because of course blazes have blood. So if I remember correctly, we do have this force mod in here, which we really haven't touched too much. And we can make force shears, and if I remember correctly, I think force shears allows you to skin cows. Yeah, you can actually skin and shear cows, and they will actually grow their skin back, or grow their leather back. Kind of a neat feature. I almost wonder if it works on horses, because horses also give leather. Please tell me this is not a thing. Okay, it doesn't work. That would have been really disturbing. So with that random knowledge that you probably won't ever remember, we can go ahead and make an empty sack of holding. This right here is what's going to allow us to transport the beautiful, beautiful spawners. You might notice there's some items in my inventory here. We're going to talk about those in a little bit after we get the spawner. Please stick around for this, because you're going to want to know how to basically get infinite dirt, and I'm going to show you with these items here later. So I think for this, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this spawner, and we're going to throw it inside the empty sack of holding. Bloop. It's so simple, by the way, to pick this thing up. And I believe you just click it on the block that you want to place it on, and it'll place it right there. Like, I want to place it here, I can. You can pick it back up. And yeah, I did anger some pigmen, which is a thing, but I should be fine. There's our portal, and we can make our way back. So once I place this thing, I'm gonna kind of be in a hurry. Like, it did go through its spawning cycle, but I don't know like how quickly this is gonna work. Okay, place that, and then place the tank. That should be a fully functioning smeltery. We just have to wait for blaze to spawn. They're spawning, and look what's happening in there. Ooh, you know what? We could probably get some like dark glass. Ooh, dark tinted. tinted glass, and that would allow us to see it. Now, the problem with this spawner is we do have to be near it in order for it to function. But it's not like, it's not horrible, but still.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
What in the world?
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
What is that Darkosto's voice? Why? Is that it literally gave me Crackstone. Oh my gosh. I want to kind of test this out. Let's see. Trapdoor. A way we can get ourselves into that lovely awkward position. Let's see. I'm going to place this here. This right here should work. If I slide underneath here, let's place a fluid hopper. Look at that. And now we have the fluid in there, so we have at least one bucket now. Which is pretty nice. And now on the other side, I'm going to need just a regular hopper, I think will work. So I have just a regular hopper. And basically doing the same thing. But this is going to go to a chest, and this is going to pull out these items. Because those items do not smelt down. So if you use a chute, that should be able to pull the items out. And there we go. We have an automated mob farm. The things I do for you, guys, I swear, the things I do for you. Just look at all this. Look at all this work we're doing. All this stuff we're putting in. Yep, I'm adding in the fluid pipes, getting ready for the ender tanks and all the other fluid stuff that we're going to be using to generate even more lava. Like I said, this was going to be completely filled. I have them all completely now filled with crucibles. I just need to hook up some cobble gens to all of these. So we'll get 3 more cobble gens. And then I also need, what is it? A couple of jumbo tanks. Well, do I really need jumbo tanks? Probably. I might as well. So with me working to get almost all of this covered, I need basically 3 source blocks for each one to sort of get it up and, you know, sustainable for a while longer. This will eventually become a lot easier to do. We won't need such a big setup for it either, because we'll be able to spawn our own blazes at our own will, right? And we won't even need mob spawners, and we won't have to stand by it. This is really like arcane for us to be here and just stand next to it. It's like so medieval of us. I mean, we are kind of on a castle, but I guess it kind of makes sense. But then would someone who owns a castle wear a monocle? I don't know. Things are getting so meta now. So I am kind of getting tired of, you know, eating regular food. You know, I would probably like to adjust. And at this point, we do have enough for the meat feeder. Right here, the good old meat feeder. Yep, this bad boy is going to inject meat directly into my veins. Oh boy. And, well, how am I going to do that? Well, I think I can right-click it on here to pull all of it out of this container. And I can right-click out of here. Yep, and this just being in my head slot. Well, not tossing, don't toss it out. It being in my head slot will literally feed me from the liquid that is in here. And will keep me nice and saturated, so I really don't have to worry about food for a little while. And if you take a look at my face, well, we do have a syringe on the side of our head, believe it or not, if I can spin fast enough. Yeah, there definitely is on the side of my face. Oh my goodness, in the head slot. That's funny. Now, I did promise you guys infinite dirt, did I not? Or I promised you guys I was going to show you something really cool with infinite dirt. Let me go ahead and break that down, and we are literally going to get infinite dirt generated. And I'm not joking when I say infinite. It is literally infinite. We're going to be creating dirt from dirt and gravel, doing it in an interesting way. So where should I do this? I guess anywhere that I can access power is fine. So how about I start with a user. I can go ahead and actually place the user right here. And this user is going to interact with blocks. It can use items to interact with the blocks. And then, which I believe it uses, so it doesn't punch it like the clickers do. It actually left clicks. Well, I guess the clickers left click as well, and you can force them to punch as well. But this more or less just left clicks. You can use your scroll wheel to knock this all the way down. I'm going to knock this all the way down to a delay tick of 1. And then we also need a block placer that is going to place blocks. So there we go. Should be familiar with that. We've already used it. And then a block breaker, which is going to break blocks. Now, the other thing we need is a hoe. Now, you will run out of durability on your hoe, so you will have to replenish a hoe, but eventually there are hoes that are infinite, and those are the ones from Mystical Agriculture. I believe they do have an infinite durability. So now that we have this, you may be thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Well, dirt. How do we make this? Well, coarse dirt can be made, and when you use a hoe on coarse dirt, it turns it back into normal dirt. And notice it takes 2 dirt to make 4 dirt, which means if we convert this back, the gravel will then be converted into dirt for us. Pretty interesting, right? So if I make a stack of this, and with these at their current settings, make sure you turn the redstone on here. If I put it in the placer, it's going to work. But you notice something strange. We got coarse dirt back. Like, why didn't the user do anything? Well, the redstone's on that one. So if I throw this in here, what we should see is us getting back all the coarse dirt, because this is having a real hard time keeping up with the block breaker. If I put this right here, you can see it does turn it into dirt and then turn it into farmland, which if it turns into farmland, still turns into dirt. We need to slow the block breaker down by a lot. So if we turn this onto redstone on, we can place a redstone clock on top, and then we can start to interact with this redstone clock. You want to bring this all the way down to 1. You want to bring this all the way down to 1 as well, and then knock this up to about 2. 2 is pretty good. I think it gives it enough time. And then make sure this is set to requires redstone. You'll see it pulsing there. And we should be able to throw this in here now. And now we're getting dirt, right? So effectively, we've created infinite dirt. So you don't have to stand here for this to work. As you can see, it is as fast as this can go. If you set this to 1 tick, it's not going to work because it's not going to allow this to be able to use the item on it. But it does use the durability, so keep that in mind. So yeah, all we got to do is take the dirt that we just made, convert that into more coarse dirt, and then use a hopper, a cyclic hopper, which is probably one of the best ways to do this. And we can even do this right here. I'm gonna just basically fully automate it for you. Let's see, let's get a chest. Because these hoppers are so fast, this should be able to have no problem just setting up basic cyclic automation here. Look at this. I mean, just bam, set this up like that. So long as our magnet's not on, we throw this coarse dirt in there, it's gonna go that fast. Doesn't seem though like it's being collected in that particular hopper, which is strange, but a collector will definitely do it. Just throw a collector on here, and there we go. Basically infinite dirt. Pretty useful, I think, especially since we're gonna need a lot of dirt for a lot of other projects. So now that we've generated infinite dirt, we've effectively beaten the pack, right? No, I'm just kidding. We haven't beat the pack, but we are definitely close to beating the pack. No, we're actually not close to beating the pack either. Well, what are we close to doing then? Well, that is going to the end, of course. Well, not really going to the end, but definitely prepping for the end. And this is going to involve cyclic. And you may be wondering, well, what can cyclic possibly do for us? I can promise you that at the moment, armor, specifically crystallized armor, is going to be our best bet for that. As you can see right here, crystallized armor is quite nice. Quite nice. It beats out netherite armor like with no problem. It is some pretty sick stuff. It does, however, require crystallized obsidian, which I'm going to talk about making here in a second. It uses slime, right? And you may be thinking, well, I need a wither rose. We should be able to use this recipe right here with the chorus fruit, the crystallized amber, and then an emerald. That should be no problem at all for us. And then less slime, because I think it requires the emerald. So how do we get chorus fruit? This is where this process is going to take a turn, because we need instone. So what is in, how do we get Instone? Well, it's just like the redstone and the netherrack. We are going to need a tank, or not a tank, a barrel like this, and the same setup, an ender tank. I'll actually use one of our other ender tanks that we already have. And then, let's see, we need a fluid pipe, and we need this right here, glowstone dust. And because we've had our sieves running so much, like, we don't really have a problem with glowstone and things like that. So I'm not really afraid of like making more of this. The only problem is our lava, but we kind of solved that problem with our lava. Right here, just in this tank alone, we have 253 buckets. This one we have like 1 bucket, but I think this is our main use. This is where everything's coming from. That one is this one over here. It looks like it's full. That one's full. We have a lot of lava. Let's just put it that way. We're definitely building lava really fast. So let's go ahead and make this. We'll go ahead and grab a hopper. You know, and I thought these hoppers picked the items directly up in the world, because I've kind of experienced them picking up items directly in the world, but it seems like it doesn't do that. It seems like it only connects to inventories, which is I'm fine with. It just kind of caught me off guard when I tried to do it earlier. But anyways, we'll just hook a fluid pipe up to that. That needs to go into this. No, I'm doing this all wrong. That needs to go into this chest here, hopper there, and all we got to do is turn this bad boy on. Bloop, there we go, and we just right click on here. I mean, or we could have put a hopper on here. That would probably be even better. Grab that. We have all these hoppers just laying around, all these wooden hoppers. It's crazy. We could use pipes, but these are the same. These are basically the same as using the pipe. It's just simpler to place down, especially for temporary setups. That's why I'm using them a lot. So there we go. We'll just throw that in there, and that is going to create all that Instone for us. And I'm hoping that we can use this to get a little bit of the chorus fruit. Let's see. I don't think we can just up and make... Oh, no, we can actually get the chorus flower. If we get the chorus flower, we're fine. We can just use some Instone and grow this for ourselves. That's a 20% chance. Yeah, we should be able to easily get this stuff. What else does it drop that's really... I mean, Vitalized Seeds? I don't know what this does. I'm gonna have to check this out. So taking a look at this is actually kind of cool. It's another way to get mob drops via, like, crops. Sort of. So you plant that down and bulbs will pop up whenever you like enrich it with that material. And it's like, it's farmable. It's basically like farmland. That's kind of interesting. Okay. So now that we have Instone, good old fashioned, we need a wand, and we are going to crush this. I'm going to leave at least one uncrushed. Let's throw that in our inventory before I forget. Because we will need that once we get some Instone, which will be really quick. We'll just toss this all in one of our machines. There we go. Let's get that all crushed up. Perfect. Hammer that down. Good old-fashioned style. Perfect. And yeah, you're going to work on getting that armor. I, at least at the end of today's episode, want the full set of armor. I think that will be perfect for us, and will definitely make me feel a lot more comfortable about going to the end dimension. So here we go. I ended up getting the chorus flower, but of course we have a bunch. I don't even know if I really need this, to be honest, but we'll let it grow up as it is. I mean, we already have like 19 of them, and I have tons of the other stuff. So slime it is. We'll grab some slime balls. We're going to melt this down. We also need a fluid pipe. Actually, I'll use the one from Cyclic. That kind of makes more sense. What else do I need? I just need the chorus flower. We have tons of those. Oh yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of these. I'm gonna actually go ahead and do the math and see how much we actually need, because this is gonna be a bit more expensive on this side of things because of the redstone cost. So I did the math, and I need roughly 43 of the crystals to be able to make everything that actually requires the crystals. So that's not bad, like, when you think about it. Because I only need about 16 or so, and this actually makes way more. I'd really only need like 12 of the blocks of redstone and stuff to be able to make the number needed. But that's not bad at all. So I'm going to go ahead and melt down 16 of the magma blocks. That's going to go over here, and we can actually go ahead and place this in. And as we get the stuff required for that, that should fill this in. And the reason I'm making all this crystal, I'm making extra crystal amber, is because we're going to need this later on anyways for more wireless power, of course. Oh, look, our look at that, it's growing. It also makes some really weird noise. If you never heard that, it's kind of creepy the way that sounds. But I'm going to let this cook up, and then once these are done, then with our solidification chamber, I'm going to be putting some slime balls in. I actually don't know what the amount of slime ball, I mean, I know how many I'm going to need. Let's see, this makes 250, so 2 slime balls equal 500, so it's 2 slime balls per 43, so we'll just need 2 sets of 43. Oh, I completely did the math wrong. I should have made, I'm gonna have to make 16 more. I should have made 32. That would have equaled the number. I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking 12, and 12 made 20. I don't know why I thought it made 40. Never mind. Yeah, I've got to make basically the exact same amount of these. So now I think all of all of the stuff is set up perfect. We'll make sure these are both in there like that. That way we're generating the perfect amount of slime here. And then this goes in, and we should make 43 of these. Hopefully. There we go. Yes. And that is going to be so nice. And there we go. Solidification chamber done with those crystallized obsidian, even though it doesn't contain any obsidian at all, which is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if this is like a special recipe for it. But anyways, no obsidian, crystallized obsidian. That's what I'm calling it. You can't stop me. I'm a madman. All right. So what can we make with this? Tons of stuff, honestly. That's why I decided to go ahead and make a bit of it. One of them is an anti-gravity ring. It gives you the ability to kind of step up. It's not like super crazy as far as like anything. It gives you like sort of a flight-ish thing. Like you're not really flying. I mean, you're not really flying. You're walking on air blocks, basically invisible block, barrier blocks. And when you go down, you know, you go down, right? If you hold shift, you walk down. But it could be useful and kind of helpful for building. It's basically like flying. I mean, you can't run or anything. And if you want to turn these off, you actually got to click on them in the menu. Just click on them and then bam, they're off. Pretty handy, actually. And they can go in your bracelet slot, ring slot, whatever it may be. So that's one of the cool things that you can make with this. Now, I definitely want to make the pickaxe from here. So let's go ahead and make that. It's supposed to be pretty fast. Let's see. Cobble. It says 32 mining speed. I'm hoping that's fast. Oh yeah, it's like the fastest tool we've had so far. Definitely worth this. And I'm assuming there's going to be one for... So there's a pickaxe. There's an axe. And there's a sword, however. What is the sword's damage? Because I'm kind of curious. 14.5 attack damage. That is really good. I believe it's better than this because this is great for attacking certain things, but not the dragon. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be the sword that we're going to rock. Like I said, I made enough to be able to support all this stuff, so I'm not super worried about it. And then there's, of course, the hoe. Now, all this stuff can be repaired in a really cool way inside a powered anvil. This is also another really, really awesome item that is going to allow us to repair anything with just a little bit of power. So that pick we just used, right? Let's go ahead and throw it on some power over here. I'm sure it's going to definitely use a bunch of it, but there's our power. We put it in here, and the durability is going to go up, or at least should. And there we go. Yeah, once we give it some power. And there we go. We've repaired it. Torch launcher. We're repairing it. If I hit F3 and H, I can actually see the durability. I guess the torch launcher doesn't work. Does this work? Yeah, this works. So you can see the durability going up, and then bam, it's repaired. I guess the torch launcher makes sense. You used to be able to repair the torch launcher. You can repair this. I don't know if I can repair my Tinker's tools. Yeah, Tinker's tools don't work. So that's, I kind of eventually will probably want to move away from Tinker's tools if at all possible. But yeah, this is really helpful for things like tool durability. I mean, we basically have unlimited durability for a lot of things now that we have that. Of course, we do have some wands and stuff that we can make. This is a scepter of water infusion. This is pretty cool. Replaces nearby flowing water with source blocks of water. that would be really nice for creating like large pools and bodies of water. It's really, really helpful because it's a problem. And then we come to this, the Uncrafter. Now, I'm not quite sure what exactly this is going to do. I don't even know if it works, but I'm thinking that there's a possibility that this could be exploitable. Maybe, I don't know. It is quite expensive. Let's see, to be able to make these mason blocks, they are not cheap. So let's go ahead and get them crafted up. Yeah, blocks of iron. But I mean, we have tons of iron at this point. And I haven't even automated anything yet. So I think we're good on that. So 2 blocks, that's going to make 4 of the mason bricks. Blocks of diamond, 2 of those. We have near infinite diamonds. Uncrafting Grinder. Does it require power? It does require power. So basically, this should be able to uncraft things that have been crafted. For example, this cobblegen tier 2. It should be able to take that crafting recipe with some power and basically allow me to uncraft it. So there we go. There's some of the components that was a part of it. It didn't give me my buckets of lava because, I mean, that kind of makes sense. But it gave me some cobbled granite. It didn't really let me choose either what items gets returned from that. So use it at your own will. It could be helpful if you accidentally crafted something and you're like, oh man, I didn't want that. That's a good way to get it back. So there we go. What else can we craft with this? There is a infusion. This freezes nearby water into ice. That could be really helpful, especially on here. The sword that, I mean, we're about to make that armor. And this is the charm talisman. This is actually pretty powerful as well. We can make all of these charms, put it in a talisman, and then we would be resistant to poison, wither, fire, and void. I mean, that seems pretty powerful to me. So that's something we'll probably work on. So, what do I need? Well, I need a full set of diamond gear to make our armor. So let's go ahead and do that. We need a headpiece. We need the boots. There we go. And we need, or the pants, and then we need the boots. Just like that. And then we can take this and craft the crystallized version of each. Oh man, this is going to be pretty crazy. Now, this armor is great, but later on there is going to be better armor that we upgrade to. But for right now, like, this should be some pretty baller armor. Like, we're definitely stepping up here. Like, I mean, whew, we look pretty darn good in our purple suit. So let's go ahead and put this head to head versus Netherright. So take a look. This is Netherright gear, and you know how powerful that can be. We have 3 armor and 3 armor toughness and 1 knockback resistance in the helmet. On this, we have 7 armor, 6 armor toughness, and 1 knockback resistance. This is already fantastic. 11 armor, 6 toughness versus 8 armor, 3 toughness. And then we have 10 armor and 6 toughness versus 6 armor and 3 toughness. This is like crazy powerful armor here. 7 and 6. Yeah, and this stuff's not even enchanted. Once it's enchanted, like, fighting the dragon, like, we'll be lucky if we take any damage, honestly, from a dragon hit. Now, the question I asked to you guys, do you even think there's a dragon at the end? Because there may not be an actual dragon. I've been duped by Dark Rosto before, where we've gone to the end, and there is no dragon, or the dragon was already killed. So, SkyFactory 4, I'm pretty sure, did that. Would this one do it? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think there's going to be a dragon or no? Well, guys, I have definitely enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you did as well. Of course, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that's going to be a huge thanks over to Jacob Webster. Thanks so much for your amazing support over on Patreon. And guys, of course, if you want to become a Patreon yourself or learn more about it, of course, you can find that link down in the description below. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. Of course, if you did, be sure to slap that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, again, I just said it. Thanks for watching.